It is 8 o'clock on the dot. We're trying to be on time all the time. So welcome to the training. I know most of you guys were on the other call, so thanks for hanging on. I looked at the number; it was 44 before. Now we're at 45. So somebody invited somebody else. So thank you for that. All right. So we are going to go through a couple different things, including a training on an onboarding training. And if you've seen this before, it's very brief, but we've recorded something that we're going to show you how that works. But this is really not only for you, but for your team members that you bring on as they come on board to make it very simple and make it duplicatable for everybody. So when you first came on board, you should have received an email that looks just like this, or pretty similar at least. And if you don't have it, don't worry about it. The next screen is going to show you in a minute here. It's going to show you a QR code that you can download, and you can download and then take that one to your computer as well. But this, if you can go back to that one real quick, Greg. So on that first email, that it's going to talk about, again, save this email to, for further references. And look at what it says right there. Getting started right. So it's going to introduce you to a 5-tab document. Very important to take you through everything. The next part is your back office, right? It's going to, so when you send this to somebody, or maybe you've already received this, it's going to have your username and password. And then right underneath that is going to be the link to go to your back office, right? And then right at the end, you see that big arrow, that red arrow that we put in there. That is a link to a 20-minute training video that we put together for you guys to watch. That that takes you through the whole training on how to onboard yourself, right? So, and then when you're done, you send that to somebody else. So we can go to the next slide here. This is what that first tab looks like for onboarding docs. So again, like I said, that QR code is available for you to download that. This is going to take you through everything. I'm not going to go through all this because that YouTube video that you're going to watch takes you through every bit of it. So make sure you watch that. But again, you can see right here, it's got all the links that you're going to need, from the Facebook page to the X39. This is it info site that Greg was talking about in the last video, or the team site for the This Is It team. Everything is on there. Next slide here is going to show you really the tabs that are at the bottom. So when you pull this screen up, you're going to see the 5 different tabs at the bottom. And some people say, well, hey, I can find the first one, but I can't find the second one. Look at the tabs at the bottom, that everything is right there for you. So once you get this pulled up, you go to the next one, which is the second tab, and that is the health tracker, right? So what you do, and I was talking about this in the last call, first thing you want to do is print that thing off, right? Because when you print that off, now you can take that and say, okay, here's my result, here's my situation, here's my spouse's situation, and then start following that for the next 90 days, right? So it's very important that that's when you don't want to start that 2 weeks in, right? You want to start that on day 1. All right, the next slide here, the next tab talks about our Zoom meetings. So if you're ever like, okay, I know the Zoom is coming up on Sunday, or we got the ones for the organization or the training, where do I find this? It's always going to be right there. And if there's anything that ever gets updated, it's going to be updated there. So you always have the information and the links, and the training is going to tell you a little bit more about that. The next one is the onboarding checklist. And this one is going to be the meat and potatoes. This is going to take you through a lot. The training really covers this, about 80–90% of it. So it's really going to take you to these different sites on the thisisitteam.com that you see up there in the middle. And it shows you exactly where to go, what to watch. So again, in that training video, it's going to go through all of that. And then after that, you want to go to this last heading there that talks about launching your business and then emailing your brand partner. So when you go to the launching business site, that's just going to give you a very high level, probably about 4 or 5 pages long, on really just as me and Greg and Mena and a number of people said, okay, we went to these sites. What are some of the easiest things that we do that we can teach people very, very quickly about how to get started right, how to go manager, right, how to make a list, how to do this. So that's a great information right there that we'll update as we go. The next one, though, is email your brand new partners. So we have a lady here we're going to celebrate today in a couple of minutes that had a great story just yesterday about signing up a number of people. But so what does she do now? The next thing she's going to do is go to this link. And on this next slide here, it's going to go right back. When you open up that link, it's going to go right to this same page that we just started on. So all you do is copy the words right there, paste it into an email, and instead of saying hi name, you say hi Frank, and then on your back office, change those X's to their username and their password, send it to them. They are ready to do business. So we are keeping that as simple and as duplicatable as we possibly can. Make sure you watch the onboarding video link because it'll give you everything you need. And if anybody forgot to scan that or doesn't have that, we can go bring that thing back up at the end. And I think, Greg, I think that is it. So I'm going to turn it over to Greg and Mena to do the recognition part of this, which we love to do because every single week we have a phenomenal recognition to be able to provide.
Yes, and that's one thing we love doing is obviously on our team meeting every single week, we want to recognize people that hit the different levels. And the two big levels that we're always helping people get started. Wrong thing. There we go. Is actually the very first thing is actually the manager and director. So I'll maybe I can explain what those are.
So the building block of our business is actually manager. And honestly, it's kind of manager in 4 days or manager in 2 hours or whichever way you wish to choose. Yeah. But you start at manager, okay? You get registered and you get signed up. You have to be at the gold level because it is a requirement to be a manager. And then you share with 4 of your friends and add them as a silver or above. 2 on the left and 2 on the right, and then you are a manager, and then all you do is just help them, one on the left, one on the right, they help them get their manager done, and you keep duplicating that, and that takes you all the way to the top rank. So that is the building block. And then you help your team to get manager done. And then you're known as a director. You add another silver on the left and another silver on the right, or silver and above. But silver is the minimum enrollment package that they come in. And then you are a director. So I believe we have some celebration to do this evening.
Yes, we got some people that are going to be recognizing the people specifically on this. Normally, when people get a chance to talk, unless something very unique happens, we'll do that at the director level above. But tonight we have actually 4 new managers. So I know we got actually Chuck Williams actually has a couple of people he wants to announce as brand new managers tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you, Greg and Mena. First one on the list there is William Botsford. William's been a friend of mine for about 20 years now. And he just went manager, and he has got some phenomenal things going on. In fact, it won't be but a couple of weeks we'll recognize him as a new director. Just so proud of William Botsford. He actually, years ago, was a consultant to the network marketing industry. Lots of contacts. Watch this man go right to the top. Dr. Dennis Rodden, if you've heard my story, when Josh did our launch meeting, I got up off the couch, I went in the kitchen, and I called Dr. Dennis Rodden. I said, Dr. Dennis Rodden, have you heard of LifeWave? Have you heard of the X39? He said, no. I said, thank you, Jesus. Set up a meeting with him, had lunch. Josh came, showed him the opportunity, and he just went manager a couple days ago. Now, he already has a manager on his right team who's blowing us up, Dr. Rick Barrett, who's #1 in our Gold Rush contest. And Dr. Dennis is one person away from going director. So we'll be recognizing him next week as a new director, fired up. And then Rich Ortiz, just 14 days building a business. And you got to meet Rich down in Sarasota this past Saturday. He was at the event. And Rich, I think we'll be sharing a little bit later, but Rich just went manager in 14 days. My son-in-law, Aaron Veal, is in the other room, and he's actually with Terry. Terry's enrolled her 4th right now. We'll be recognizing her next week because she didn't quite make it by 8 o'clock, but she's in the other room going manager right now. So things are exploding. We'll have 5, 6 new directors next week. I'm sorry, 2 new directors, more managers. It's happening. Thanks to all of you for setting the pace.
That is absolutely fantastic. So Josh, I know you got someone else that wants to introduce the next manager because this is a pretty unique story. We wanted to hear about that a little bit more. So if you want to key that up, that'd be great.
Yeah, this is pretty awesome. So as Greg mentioned, when somebody goes manager, we usually have whoever went manager kind of that their sponsor really talks about them. But this is a unique situation. I think Chuck brought up, we had a gentleman that went manager in 2 hours, right? Brought 4 people in. So Sandra, is Robin on, by the way, or no?
I don't see her unless she's joined in the last couple of minutes.
Okay, cool. So Sandra is going to share a story about Robin, who joined us less than a month ago, and just an incredible 24 hours. So Sandra, take it away.
Yes, thank you. So I'm a client of Robin's, and she had an event, a 3-day event scheduled this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I was joining her yesterday to work on it. And she'd mentioned the patches to one of her clients, and she introduced us so they could ask me questions. And the lady didn't hear much at all. And she said, you know what, just sign me up. I'm super interested. We were talking about it. A few other ladies overheard us talking about it. They wanted information. So Robin set up for us to have a little breakout during the lunch at this other conference yesterday. And so we went out in the lobby of the Drury Hotel over here in Chesterfield, and I did Josh's presentation to 14 ladies. And in the last 24 hours, 6 have signed up. So it was phenomenal. Robin just took the initiative and just threw it out there, and we threw it together. But it shows the importance of being prepared. And I had sign up sheets, so I just gave her a stack, and she just kept throwing people in. So we'll have to recognize her next week. She's wrapping up her event probably right now. I think that's why she couldn't join. But great job. She just went for it.
That is amazing. And that's awesome, because that's one thing we heard about that when Josh told us a little about that. I'm like, you never know what's going to happen, how quick things can happen. And that's what's going on. I said, we'll probably recognize her next week's a new director, because he'll probably be breaking managers, which is pretty awesome. And that's the fun part about this, because we talk about the different ways of actually producing or producing leaders and building up leaders and doing different things. And so one of the things that's kind of interesting is that we have a new presidential director. So all the way from St. Louis, Missouri, Josh and Paula just hit presidential director about an hour and a half or 2 hours ago. And we got Steve and Gene on the phone. We actually gave him a call. The whole team got together today. They were a few thousand points away from doing that, because all based upon volume, and literally the phone started lighting up. People started registering people, things started happening. And so Josh, I want you to share with us kind of, again, you've been a part of this now for just, well, basically you made a decision, and literally things happen pretty quick. So tell us more about that. We'd love to hear from you, and congratulations, Josh and Paula.
Yeah, thank you so much, Greg and Mena. First of all, I got to thank this lovely lady who's been putting up with me a lot for 12 months, right? A whole lot. So I have to reintroduce myself to her. I'm Josh. Nice to meet you. But so my quick story. First, before my story, I've got to thank the people on this team. Greg's not kidding that this army went to town to make sure that they did this, to get us over this presidential director, because we are family. We care about each other. They did the same thing to me when we were in Cancun. I landed there. We weren't executive director yet. Everybody started saying, hey, they're not executive director. They started pouring in. We hit it before I got a chance to meet Greg and Mena. Well, and so this team is just incredible. It is by far the glue. They are my family. Love you guys to death. So a brief story on this. So I got involved when Greg and Mena shared this with me back in April 1st of last year. And I literally said, I don't want to do the business, right? I just said, I'm fine with fixing my knee, and I don't really want to do the business. And it did. 2 weeks later, my knee was good. And I tell people all the time, just share this. I didn't really do anything with the business for a while, honestly. Greg did a very smart thing, and he was just dripping on me and texting me, sending me pictures, send me this. And I said, okay, that's cool. And then on July 1st, last year, 1 year ago today, July 1st, it was just a night and day difference. I said, you know what? I am going to share this, because I had one person said he was interested in this, and then I shared it to him. He's seen results. Another person. So I made a decision to do this. He said, I need to go to Tampa to see this, to watch the convention to see this. It took off on the business, and I'm telling you, we have 65 people is how many people that I've had the opportunity to put in this organization, whether they're using it or they're building a business. 65 people turn into 1,300 people. 1,300 people from 65, and it's because of this incredible team on here. I'm telling you, one of the best things I would ask you to do is ask God for favor putting the right people in your path, because when they say they don't want to do anything, they want to tell you to kick rocks. That's fine. Let them kick rocks, because you want the right people in your organization, and treat everybody as equal when you're looking at that. From a monetary standpoint, if you think that, hey, you got to be a great salesperson, you got to be great at networking. I have not done this before at all. I worked for Kohl's, been doing it for 20 years. That's my niche. But I started doing this, and I was excited when I seen $100 a week come in, then 200, then 500, then 1,000, then 2,000, then 2,500. It continues. When you hit a level, it continues, and then it continues, and then you hit another level. But it's just so exciting. But anyway, I could go on and on. But again, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you, my whole team on there. I want your guys' success more than I want mine. I hope you know that. But I love you guys. Thanks, Greg. Mena.
You guys are awesome. Congratulations. And again, we were more, Meta goes, you're like a little kid. I said, this is exciting. It's like when you're, you got more excited by helping other people succeed than even your own. And when we saw that, we started getting the team together and all these things started happening. It's so exciting to see what happened. Even Brenton, who actually Josh had sponsored, he put together a chat group and says, hey, we're going to help them get over tonight. And it happened. And so we're excited about that. Obviously, they're going to be recognized as new presidential directors at obviously the This Is It conference. And we're going to talk a little bit, more about that tonight because it's pretty amazing. But congratulations again, Josh and Paula. Those that don't know, Paula was actually a schoolmate of mine. We went to elementary, junior high, high school, graduated high school together. And I hadn't seen her in like 30 years. And literally we met, got a chance to connect again on this trip to Cancun. And this is a picture that we were in Cancun. And what an amazing time we had. And we're looking forward to doing the same thing in Punta Cana and all over the world, all these traveling we're going to do. So what's cool about this too is that Steve and Gina Merritt were actually in town yesterday in Sarasota. They're going to be in St. Augustine on July 9th. Mark this down, July 9th, St. Augustine. July 10th, they just announced yesterday, is going to be Orlando. It's going to be Lake Mary, but Orlando. So if you know anybody here in Florida, know anybody who knows anybody that's here in Florida, so Orlando is a central location. People come up from Miami and West Palm and from Jacksonville and Sarasota and Naples. There's a ton of people. We're going to be in the Orlando meeting, so you're going to want to get people there. We can introduce them to Steve and Gina, get pictures with them. But we had the Sarasota meeting yesterday. We got some people want to share a little bit, but the room was packed. I mean, this was, again, I couldn't believe on the back of the room, standing room only. Here's, a small group of people. We had about half the people on our team leave. And then we got a bunch of pictures with Steve and Gina, which was a lot of fun. And we want some people to share there. Yeah. So, men, if you want to talk a little bit more about that.
So we had the most, it was like really vibrant, a lot of fire in the room and people were super excited. And the presentation was done and then we had training and that was literally it was off the chain. So many.
And you can still see it's actually recorded. Mm-hmm. So it's actually recorded on the This Is a Team YouTube site.
So many people that were brand new have actually just registered. And we also have 2 people that are going to share, Rich Ortiz.
Yes,
I think it was
came all the way from Orlando to Sarasota.
It was his first event, and then we also have Ricardo Ivory, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we'd love to have Ricardo. So Rich, if you want to unmute yourself real quick and share what you saw. I think he's on, correct? Because I saw him on earlier. Yeah, there he is. So Rich, if you want to unmute yourself real quick and then just share, that'd be awesome.
Am I on mute or unmuted?
You're unmuted. You're good now. You're
all right. Hey, Ricardo, we met there. I met Ricardo there. It was very few people that I met there. Man, it was awesome. It was a 2-hour ride to get there. Not very far. I talked to people all the way there. Amazing to meet Steve and Gina. Lots of great people there. Of course, like you mentioned, I made manager in 2 weeks. Got in through Jerry Dudley over in Missouri. I'm here in Orlando, Florida. He told me about his experience with his hands. He was in a bad car accident. I said, well, I've got to see that. I've got a lot of aches and pains. And so I've been on the product about 7 or 8 days. I should call it a device. And the best thing I've noticed right now is I'm talking a lot better. I'm a lot clearer of mind. And I was able to bend down without bobbing and touch my ankles, pull my arms around my ankles. And that was a big deal for me. And I was just totally surprised the other day. I think I might have mentioned that to you, Greg, that I was grabbing my ankles. I know that sounds silly, but it's a matter of flexibility, and I've got arthritis throughout my body from all the sports that I've done. So I'm pretty fired up. I want to be in Orlando. I'm going to go to Lake Mary, and I'm going to go to St. Augustine as well in the next few weeks. So that's what I got for the story. It's wonderful. My mom's on it. She's 93 years old. Got a lady on it. She's a stage 3 Parkinson's. She got on it just the other day. Some friends in Houston came in as silver. I've got about 5 silvers in the group in just 14 days. And about 7-8 people in both legs. So it's going great.
So we're so glad that you came by because that was fun. We've been talking on the phone a couple of different times. And then when I told him about the meeting in Sarasota, he goes, I'm there. I said, great. That's the best thing you could do is drive to a live meeting. Something to watch it online. Yeah. What was that again?
Yeah. It was amazing being there. It was like 130 people or something in a room in Sarasota. It was wonderful. I mean, it was just neat meeting all those people.
Yeah, the room was supposed to be at 100. We had people on the hallway because we couldn't fit everybody in the room. So
I didn't look back. I was just looking forward, and I took a lot of pictures too.
Yeah, that was awesome. We had a great time.
Fun.
So, Rich, we're looking for you're going to be huge in this business, and we expect big things from you because we know you've got a lot of people also in Puerto Rico and other places. So it's very exciting what's going to happen.
So Houston, yeah. The list keeps getting. I look at my phone. The list keeps getting bigger and bigger. I have business cards everywhere. I got like 200 or 300 business cards, and like Steve said, he goes, "Hey, you just call them up and say, hey, we somewhere along the line met each other, or we tried to enhance each other's lives about something. So I'm giving you a call and see if you're open to an opportunity.
Mhm.
I thought that was a great line.
It
Mhm.
was. That's awesome. Well, thank you for sharing. I really appreciate it. So we love to hear also from Ricardo. So again, Ricardo, we've known from church for a long time. And my daughter, actually, Bella, I'm not sure if Bella and Anton are on, but they reached out to them, actually sat down with his wife, Heather, and talked about the business or explained with them. And then Ricardo finally got excited about the business. So he was there also last night. So Ricardo, if you want to unmute and just tell us about maybe what you saw yesterday, why you're excited about that, maybe the best thoughts from the meeting yesterday, that'd be great. You raised your hand. So if you want to just unmute yourself, you should be able to hear. As soon as you unmute yourself, you should be fine.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Absolutely. Please go ahead.
Yes. So my name is Ricardo Ivory. I'm here in Sarasota. And so, it was really great being here yesterday, just seeing the energy, just seeing everybody in just real life. I love watching the Zoom meetings, but it's just nothing like being there, feeling that energy, seeing them face to face. And one of the main things I learned is that to talk little, send individuals to the site, and then follow up. Because I'm one of these analytical individuals where I take simple things and make them complicated. So just being there yesterday got me really fired up. And I kind of just been tiptoeing around with the business. I haven't really talked to many people, but just the energy I saw yesterday, the testimonies from everybody, all the promotions, it just really got me fired up. And so I'm looking forward to the Believe convention on July the 19th.
Yeah, if you want to share just real quick, because you made a commitment and you said, I'm going to try to find a way. So tell me about how because you said you need to earn the money to go there. So what did you do specifically?
Yeah. So it's like initially when I, found out about it, I actually didn't have the funds. And then so I was just thinking like, you know what, me and my wife really need to be there. So I just started making some things happen. I actually prayed about it and said, Lord, if like you want me to be there, you have to make a way. And then so I started just messing with this and messing with that. And then eventually the funds came through. I was able to put half the money down as a deposit to hold it. And then by the actual due date, I was able to come up with the funds and just pay for it. So, it just shows that, like we all make excuses, but the truth and the fact of the matter is, if it's a priority of ours, we'll make it happen.
Amen.
And so, I made sure that was a actual priority to get there. And just listen to you guys all the time. It just kept making me believe, making me feel it and see it. Because like I've been involved in network marketing like many years ago. And it kind of had a bad taste in my mouth because of the upline I had. People didn't really help you or train you. There was no system in place. But this here is totally different where you guys have actual system in place. All you have to do is just follow it.
Wow.
And that's what I love about this whole thing.
Amen.
Wow.
Well, you and your wife are awesome. We're looking for huge things for you guys. You're going to be big in this business. And so again, it's great seeing you there yesterday. I'm glad that you're getting a lot of this, and we're going to have a blast in Orlando for the. Oops, this is the conference. I'm trying to hit next slide. I share the slide. So thank you, Ricardo, for sharing. And again, thank you, Rich, for sharing as well. So we're going to get back to the part here. And so the one thing that's interesting is, again, is as you start moving forward, as you start doing things, you realize there's some big things that are going on. And I want to have actually Chuck share a little bit more about the Believe Convention, because there's the people that understand this business, this industry. This is once a year they do this. So Chuck, if you want to share a little bit about that, that would be awesome.
I'd love to. I remember when Josh first told me about Believe, and I literally told him, I'm not going. I'll just watch it online. I'll bring some people over to my house. And he kind of like, oh, okay. And then he went to Cancun and he was talking to all leaders. And every single leader was telling him how the importance of being at the event, but also getting your leaders at the event. So he asked me again. I said, no, Josh, I'm not going. I'll watch it on Zoom. I don't need that. I'm fired up. I got this. And then it was just like the Holy Spirit spoke to me and said, Chuck, you need to be there. And your team's not going if you don't go. And so I called Josh back. I said, Josh, change your heart, change your mind. I'm going. And he said, great, good decision. And now we have a lot of people going. I don't know the exact count. I need to do a poll with everybody. We got a lot of people going to the Believe conference. And I just want to tell people, Ricardo hit it on the head. I could not have said it better. You cannot make an excuse not to be there. If you need the time off, you just got to figure out a way to get the time off. If you need the money, you got to figure out a way to make the money. What you really need to do is exactly what Rich and Ricardo did. They made a decision. They said, we're going to do it. And then the how will manifest itself. Once you make that decision and you pray about it, the how will manifest itself. And with this compensation plan, there is zero excuse not to earn the money to go. And so you have to decide, am I serious about this business or not? And there's no pressure. I mean, if you're not serious about the business and you're just like here for the first time and you're kind of checking it out, I'm just telling you, this is a once in a year opportunity. And I've seen this industry for 30 years. Very seldom does a company go through hyper momentum like this company is going through right now. And we're in the beginning stages. So if you decide to wait a year or two to get serious about your business, you're going to regret that the rest of your life. And I'm not trying to overplay that. I'm just very serious about this. I want you to hear my heart. You need to be at this convention for yourself. And then if you have anybody on your team, you need to learn that to be a leader in this industry, to be successful in this industry, you've got to learn to promote events, because it's at events like this that the big decisions are made. And like Josh came out of the one last year, deciding to build this business. Look what has happened to that man's life in 1 year. He has set himself up. He can't stop himself from going to the top of the pay plan and beyond. He can stop his activity right now. Don't, please, we need you. But he could, and there's nothing that can stop him from going to the top of the pay plan. He's got too many people that are building. So I just implore you, for your own sake, we don't get extra brownie points for you being there. I'm doing it for your own sake. I implore you to don't be bullheaded like I was, be smart like I was, and pray about it, and then call and let the person know upline, hey, I'm coming. And you might need some help. You might need a roommate. You might need a ride. We'll figure everything out, but you got to make that decision first and foremost. And you don't have much time. I mean, we're talking July 19th. That's what, 3 weeks. So make the decision and then find out the way. So I hope I influenced somebody out there to go, because I promise you, for those of you that do, it will be life-changing. Thank you, Greg.
That's amazing. And thank you, Chuck, because that is one thing. So what you want to do is get your phone out, scan the QR code. It'll take you to there. You can, once again, there's a couple different ways to do this. If we have people internationally that are tying into this, they're buying the online Zoom. We just talked to Steve and Gene about that when we're congratulating Josh. We got Steve and Gene on the phone, congratulating Josh and Paula to basically when they went presidential. That's the second highest rank in this company. And it's amazing what happens when you start growing. But the best part about this is that you got people all over. You have people that say, well, I can't make it. I can't do this. What I learned a long time ago, my mentor has said, don't say I can't, said, how can I? As soon as you say, how can I, then the world opens up and little your mind opens up and you start thinking of ways. That's what Ricardo did. That's the same thing with, again, I'm glad the Holy Spirit spoke to Chuck, because he's speaking to a lot of us. We're like, I'd like to go. I'd like to, I don't know if I can. I don't know if that's, well, as soon as you say, well, how can I? And doors will open up. So the crazy part about this is that when you understand that it's going to be at an amazing place, it's at the Orlando Hilton at Buena Vista Palace. Again, it's an amazing place where we're going to be at. Some people are just going to get the ticket because they live in Orlando. Other people are getting a stay at other hotels. I say if you can stay at the host hotel, it makes all the sense, because when there's different breaks, you can go back to the room and do different stuff. But again, the biggest part to this more than anything else is make the decision. This is once a year. Lily, our lives have changed. We were making a few $1,000s a month, and we've like 10x that, if you understand that, in the past year. Josh is now a 6-figure income earner because of the decision he made, and actually other people doing the same thing. And guess what? You're next. We're going to help you do the same thing that we're doing. This is not a me type thing. This is all about you. We're going to take the next person. We're going to help them get to senior director, help them become executive, help them become presidential, because that's what this team does. It's a team effort. You get the best leaders working with us, helping us, literally the #1 industry leaders in this business, literally working with us to help you get there. So again, I could go on and on, but get back with the person that's working with you, or get with Josh or Chuck or me, us, or whoever the leaders are you're working with, and say, I want to go, but I've got a challenge. And tell us, be honest with us, tell us what the challenge is. We'll help you overcome it. I guarantee it. And you'll be there and you will thank us afterwards. And that's amazing things that happen. So the last part we're going to hit this. So Josh, do you want to talk about Punta Cana? Because I wasn't sure if we're covering this or if you're covering this as far as with the reward trip that's coming up.
Yeah, we can cover that briefly. I know we showed on the last one here. So Punta Cana, like I was saying on the last call, this is so easy to get to. And the great thing is, some people say, well, hey, I'm a month and a half into this thing. I just got started. I probably can't win this contest because you have to be at the beginning. That is so not true. As you look at how to qualify for this, there's a number of different ways. One way is as you when you're at a specific rank every week, you make points. That's one of the ways. But my wife and I have already, based on those points, we've already got our tickets for Punta Cana in a month. Right. So you can absolutely still do that. And we want to bring an army to Punta Cana with us. I mean, Megatron's not going to stop us from getting to this place, I'll tell you that. So again, it's the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino there. It's a gorgeous place. Just talking to Steve and Gina Mayer about it. You can see the number of pictures on here. There's one area we've never actually been to, so pretty excited about that. Heard a lot of great things about the water. But yeah, just some great pictures. I'm telling you guys, don't think that this is for the elite people to get to. That is not the case. It is for everybody. You don't have to be a superstar. Everybody can go to it. Greg always talks about these pictures. We literally 3 months ago were with, my wife and I were with Greg and Mena at a hibachi in Cancun. So this time we want to have like 3 or 4 hibachi tables with all of our team there kicking it. So make sure you get there. I know we have a lot of people on our team going there already. I'm booking that room specifically. That looks cool. So yeah, so scan this QR code. This is all the rules and how to do it. You can also download that form and track your progress. The great thing is the company also tracks the progress for you. So on your main page in that left-hand side, about middle of the way down, it'll tell you how many points you have and how you're being tracked. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out to anybody on your team, and we'd be more than happy to show you how to do that. But excited about Punta Cana coming up in November, week 1.
And next we want to do is we want to have Chuck kind of share a little bit more. Every week we go over some of the different things on the training. There's a 10-step system that we have. And I know I keep on hitting the wrong clicking here. we want to talk a little bit more about the very first step here. So once again, determine your why. So Chuck, if you want to talk about that, that'd be awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, the why is probably the fundamental, most important thing in your business because you're not going to be successful in basically life, but especially business, without a very strong why. I remember March 5th or 6th, Diane was in her devotion time. She was praying, and the Lord put it upon her heart to start building this business. And the purpose was to bring in income to where if I chose to do ministry full time, I could. That was her why. And it's the first time in our 30 years in the industry that she went first. And she really felt called by God to build this business. It's been so exciting to watch her step up and build a business. She's doing things that years ago would have been so far out of her comfort zone, but she's got that burning why that she knows why she's doing this. The how-to, we're kind of going through that tonight with the onboarding call, and Josh and the team have put together some incredible tools. Steve and Gina Mayer put together some incredible tools. All the how is there for you. The thing we cannot give you is your why. And so you need to investigate that yourself. Why are you doing this business? Why is it important to you to help other people with their health? Why is it important to you to see other people succeed financially? And get real serious about that and get down to the core of your why. When you do that, you have the opportunity to be very, very successful in this business. It will change how you talk to people. So we've a friend of mine, a leader in this industry, James Dickerson, he's a member on our team. He sent me a video, not thinking about this call time, but when I watched the video, and I'd seen it before, but when I watched it today, I didn't know I was going to be doing this training tonight, but it's funny how God orchestrates things. But this video really hits the importance of the why as opposed to the how to, the what. The why is so important. So Greg, if you want to cue that video up, I think people will enjoy this just like we did.
Awesome.
How do I know? A lot of people, when they think of the phrase, how do I know, they always want to put the what behind it. How do I know what I'm supposed to do? The question that you really should ask is, how do I know why I'm here? Because when you know your why, your what becomes more clear and more impactful. If you know, like for instance, people know that I do comedy, but that's what I do. My why is to inspire people to walk in purpose. So I can do comedy, I can write books, I can be in a movie, because all of it is motivated by my why. In fact, I have a new web series out called Michael Jr. Break Time. We probably just did the 6th episode. It's on YouTube. So every single Wednesday at 3 o'clock, we drop a new episode on YouTube of Michael Jr. Break Time. What it is it's me. I travel around the country and I do stand-up comedy, in case you didn't know. And in the middle of my comedy set sometime, I'll stop and just talk to my audience. And we've been filming this, and it's, you know, it's pretty cool. So we're in Winston-Salem. I'm gonna show you a clip from Winston-Salem. And I'm just talking to this guy in the audience, and he tells me that he's a musical instructor at a school. So I was like, all right, you're a musical instructor, you know, can you sing? Let me hear you sing a song. So this is what happened at the last episode of Michael Jr.'s Break Time. Check it. So you're a musical director?
Yes,
Cool.
sir.
All right, so Let me get a couple bars of like Amazing Grace. Can you do the first part of that? Go ahead. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Wow. That bro could sing. You know what I'm saying? All right. Now, once you give me the version, is if your uncle just got out of jail, you got shot in the back when you was a kid. I'm just saying, let me see the hood version real quick, if you know which version I'm talking about. Just see if that exists. Let me see what you got. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Right now I'm found was blind, but now I see. Okay. Here's what I want you to catch. The first time I asked him to sing, he knew what he was doing. The second time, he knew why he was doing it. When you know your why, your what becomes more impactful because you're walking towards or in your purpose.
So powerful. I hope that video came through well enough for you. We'll actually put that video link in the chat so you can watch it on your own. But it's very inspirational. I'll just tell you, when you understand your why, I'll tell you, for example, if you can see my business card, on the back of our business card, our corporation is actually called Team of Hope. We are incorporated. Our team is Team of Hope. And our why is helping people spiritually, physically, and financially. That's our why. We are passionate about helping people in those areas. This vehicle, LifeWave, has given us the opportunity to build relationships with people, share Jesus with them, help them physically, and help them financially. And when people feel your heart, they can sense that. It's like this sense that God gave us from each other. When they know your heart is for helping them, you can be very successful in this business. If it's all about you and how much money you can make and the next car and the next rank or whatever, those are such insignificant things, and people can smell that a mile away. So you need to really investigate what is your why, get it down in your heart, and then just start praying that God will put the right people in your path so you can be an inspiration to them, lead them to the system that we have. Don't try to create the system. It's there for you. And just let the leaders of this team guide you all the way to the top. There are no egos on this team. Nobody's edging God out, period. We're here to help you succeed, but you really have to start with your why, and you got to be at the conference. Back to you, Greg Amena.
Awesome. Fantastic. Thank you, Chuck. That was amazing when he shared that. He said, do you mind if we share that tonight? I'm like, absolutely. And that's the heart of our team. Our DNA is literally about helping people, blessing people. And by literally helping people move forward, things change financially as well. And so once again, what Chuck talked about is so right. Our goal is to help people succeed. We want to help them every way we possibly can. And so again, thank you, Chuck, again, for sharing that. That is absolutely phenomenal. So next, if I go to the next slide here. So next we want to bring Josh back up because we talking about incentives, different other things. And Josh put together something. He said, you know what, I want to do this for the team. I want to incentivize people to really get some points on the board for this Punta Cana, contest, and really want to help them to be there. And he said, I want to incentivize them to do some different things. So Josh, if you want to share a little bit more about that, we piggybacked on it. We said, hey, we'll do the same thing. People that are not part of Josh's team, we'll do the exact same thing. So Josh, if you want to share that, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, sure. So I thought of an idea of anybody that can earn some points on either bringing somebody in that's gold or diamond, and whoever gets the most amount of points, we can do a little contest thing. draw it out, and then I can pay $500 out. But then I thought I should probably ask my wife first. And so I did, and then got her green check mark, and then I went back at it again because I didn't want to get feedback because that had been deservedly so. So here's how the contest works. You can win $500. It's for one person on our team and one person on Greg and Mena's team. They're both doing this. So the dates started on June 10th, goes to the 13th of next month, so 5 weeks. So we're a little over halfway through it. So to earn points, again, if you sign up, not upgrade, but if you sign up a gold, you earn 2 points. If you sign up a new diamond, you earn 4 points. And the reason we're doing it in points, so it's not just one person ran away with it and then nobody else can get it. So if you come in today and you sign up one gold or one diamond, you're going to be in also the drawing that we're going to do live here on one of our Zooms to be able to win this thing. So as you can see, cash prize on Sunday, the 14th. More entries you earn, the better your chances of winning. So if you go to the next slide here, this is going to show, I did this for our team, and this is up to date as of about 6 o'clock today. This is force ranked by total points. So you can see I've got gold column and diamond column. So the gold is how many points they have. So again, 2 points for gold, 4 points for diamond. So congratulations, Dr. Rick Barrett. So far, 12 points, and Dr. Dennis Roden at 6. And then we've got a number of people there at 4 and a bunch of 2. But again, it's anybody's game. You know, one gold can still win this thing. So, but I'm gonna send this, and it's an update every single week. But it's been pretty exciting on what we're doing. So Greg and Matt, I know we're doing the same thing. So excited about that. So this next slide. Slide after that.
Everything else after that. So it's just say what we're going to be doing is actually doing the drawing. And again, it might be like a spin a wheel, might be doing a different thing, but either way, your name gets in there. Let's try to go back to what we were talking about, was that what Josh was mentioning before is for, it's not just points, because we wanted to correlate it with the actual, you know, the contest. So once again, when you sign up a gold on the contest, you earn 2 points for Punta Cana. If you sign up a diamond, you get 4 points. So this is actually 2 entries for every gold and four entries for every new diamond. And again, you could have someone, like I said, last day, put in a new gold or a new diamond, and now they get 2 entries in there, and we're going to spin the wheel, and where it lands on there, that person's going to win $500. So again, this is just an additional incentive that we want to do for people, because one thing we want to do is make sure people understand we value your time, we value what you do. But we want you to also focus on, once again, what it takes to actually win. And again, that's the same thing with this, with a company, with a contest. They're put together this contest specifically so that people will do more than they would normally do when you're driven by a dream. And that's the one thing we talk about. I say this all the time. Your drive, I heard this from a billionaire, Lily, said your drive is derived by your dream and your belief that you can have that dream. So when you have a dream and you believe you can have that dream, a lot of people say, well, I'd like to make it to Punta Cana. When you believe you can, and you now know you can do it, guess what happens? You'll be there, which is pretty awesome. So again, so the last thing we're just going to share with you again is we're doing these meetings every Sunday. We're taking these team meetings. We want to do this specifically so that you can bring your teammates. You want to bring your people onto the team. You want to also be on this meeting because your team wants to see that you're here, because if you're the leader, you want to lead the group. We're doing this every Sunday. We want to hear from other people, and we're recognizing people. As you heard already from Chuck, we're going to have a bunch of other managers, new directors this next week, probably new senior directors, and the business is growing, and we're going to be helping people grow to the next level. So the one thing that we always want to do is, because we do have the onboarding information is now on a video on a YouTube channel. Josh did a phenomenal job putting that together. And again, it explains everything. You're going to want to watch that onboarding video and make sure your new people get that new email and get that basically link for the onboarding video, because the system works. And I wrote this down again, the acronym that Chuck was talking about, you know, system, save yourself time, energy, and money. That's what this whole part is. And this is our team meeting. We want to help inspire you to do the exact same thing and plug into the system that Steve and Gina put together. And we're powering everybody to do more. So did you have anything else you wanted to share, sweetheart? So
just wanted to thank everybody for
yes,
being on, and congratulations again to all the Brain Cups and
yes,
Josh and Paula,
yep,
presidential.
that
awesome job.
Yeah, SPD very, very soon. So Josh and Paula, did you have anything else real quick?
Yeah, 2 things, or 3 things. One, if I had somebody ask me last week, if you won the lottery, would you still do this company? And absolutely 100% yes, because the money part is awesome. The friendships that we've made has been incredible. I mean, incredible, the friendships we have here. But the testimonials every day that it's changing people's life. It's some people aren't noticing their knee pain gone right away, but people are noticing their heart is changing, right? Or they're noticing inflammation from their brain is going away and they're not wearing glasses, all kinds of stuff. So if you're not motivated by business, be motivated by people, because it's changing lives. And the last thing I'll tell you is, you know, this, you heard this before, this is the fastest growing company in the industry, under the fastest growing team in this company with Steve and Gina Merritt. And our team, this core team that's on here, is one of the fastest growing teams on that organization. So you are in the right spot at the right time, at the right company, and the right leadership. We want to run together. I want everybody to outpace me. You know, so I'm here for you guys. So Greg and Mena are here for you guys. Chuck, Diane, Sandra, everybody. We're here, and that we're here for you guys to run past this. So everything you need, the answer is yes. And again, I want to thank everybody on this call personally that made this helpful for both of us here. And of course, thank you for Mena.
Congratulations again. We're super excited. And again, there's meetings this whole week. So we got all these different amazing people to tie into. So we have a meeting we do every Monday at 1 p.m. For our South African and European team. So again, so they can hear more about that. And again, those teams are actually got a trip to Morocco. So to Marrakesh, Morocco, that they can actually qualify for. The thing is that even Steve and Gina can encourage everybody, as far as if you know people internationally that may not be able to fly in for the conference, I encourage them if they can to do it, but they can jump on the virtual conference. But if you're in the United States, get there. That's all I got to say, is because if you say, well, I don't want to virtually, no, get there once again, because again, it's nothing like being in person, just the interaction, just like even yesterday at the event that we had, the same thing with St. Louis, we had the event there. You can't describe the feeling when you're there, and the people that you meet, the stories that you hear from people, just their testimonials is pretty powerful. So again, God bless you guys. We're excited for everyone here. Again, Chuck, thank you for sharing tonight, and thank you for taking the time out of your schedule, because again, we're here to bless people, to help as many people as we possibly can. So Chuck, you want to do us a favor and just end it in prayer? We would absolutely appreciate that. That'd be awesome.
Be glad to. Father God, I thank you for this opportunity to just work together with a phenomenal dream team. And Lord, whether people believe in you yet or not, that's not the key thing here. We're all in this together to help one another. We do hope they come to know you as our personal Lord and Savior. We just want to thank you for blessing this business. May we always keep you first and realize that we are here first and foremost to serve others. And so help us to keep our mind on that and our focus on you. I pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen, amen, amen. So God bless you guys. Pray for divine appointments. Pray that the Lord burdens your heart with people that you want to talk to. You'd be amazed at how things keep on growing. So excited for you guys. Let us know how we can help you grow. Reach out to the individual teams. We've got so many leaders that are on here. The person that you're working with wants to help you succeed. We've had people say, well, we don't have Buggy, you're busy. I said, trust us. Bug us. We'll make the time. We'll squeeze things in as we can to help as many people as we can, because we want to take everybody to the top. We're not leaving anybody behind. So God bless you guys. Have an amazing night. And like I said, we'll be talking to you throughout the week. So congratulations again to all the Achievers, and Josh and Paul again. Congratulations, new presidential directors. Awesome. Love you guys. You're awesome. So God bless you guys. Have a blessed night.